Hello again, and thank you for joining me over this summer break. Consistency of practice is important, so I thought it would be a good idea to offer you these options so that you can maintain some consistency in the mobility of your joints, in the practice of your breath work, and maybe also to give you a few moments to step away from your busy schedules and join me on the mat whenever it suits you. We will have 3 different videos that you can choose from: a morning, an afternoon, and an evening kind of practice. And you can pick and choose as we go through the weeks what works for you, what doesn't, and it'll be your time so that you can take a break from your busy schedules. It'll be an opportunity for you to share this practice with friends and family who may be curious but a little bit trepidatious, and you can show them that I'm actually quite a very friendly person. And so if you or anyone else has any questions, please feel free to reach out. The website is in the process of being refreshed and updated. Hopefully it will be much more user-friendly and much more up-to-date of the offerings that are coming up. And anyway, so I think we'll go ahead and begin. So we'll start in a seated pose, and you can have this be your morning, your afternoon, or your evening practice. There's no particular exacting formula. It's what you feel like. But this particular practice will start seated. And you know that you choose a seat that's comfortable for you. So for me, I'm choosing lately to have my sit bones elevated. You know that you don't have to sit cross-legged if you don't want to. You can always sit on top of a bolster, a stack of blocks, anything that you need, a cushion, anything that you need so that you can find a comfortable seat where you have ease of breath and a long spine. Remember, it's always so important. It doesn't matter what your seated position looks like. It's how easy the breath is with a long, long spine out through the crown of the head. So find your seated pose. Take a moment to shut your eyes. And depending on when you are accessing this video, maybe you're already kind of relaxed. Maybe you were distracted with the busy day ahead or the busy day behind you. But we don't push that away. We try to find an alignment with it, a balance with it. And so we sit beside the busyness and the distractions. And instead we direct our attention into the marrow of the bones. So let your mind drift down into the bones of your toes, heavy. Let that heaviness drift into the heels and the bones of your ankles. Let that heaviness soak up the shin bones and through the knees. Let that weightiness be drawn along the thigh bones and into the pelvis. Let your tailbone and sacrum become heavy. And feel that weightiness sink into the marrow of the spine, beginning from your lower spine, your lumbar. Slowly drifting up to the middle spine, your thoracic. Feel that heaviness slide around the back of the ribs, looping around towards the front of the ribs. Heavy. Finally drifting over the sternum while soaking into the shoulder blades just a little heavier. Let that weightiness now drift into the shoulder joints and drift down the strong bones of your arms. Feel the forearms and the wrists become just a little heavier. Finally drifting out each of the fingers and thumbs. So you notice your fingertips may become just a little heavier. Let that weightiness drift up your neck and around the back of your skull until it settles through your jawbone. Heavy. And in that heaviness of the bones, the flesh can soften, can yield to the support. And so you relax your eyelids and your cheeks. Relax your throat and your stomach. Relax your hips and your thighs. Relax the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. Take a deep breath. Let the chin drift down towards the chest. Soft. And let the chin float up towards the sky. Very subtle. Bring your chin to neutral. And turn your sternum subtly towards your right knee, your right hip. It's a gentle rotation. It doesn't need to be extreme. Maintaining this twist in the spine, turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Look away from that rotation. Relax your shoulders. Keep breathing and turn your chin to look into the twist, to look over your right shoulder. Now on your next inhale, bring everything forward to neutral. And as you exhale, turn the sternum towards your left knee, your left hip. Maintaining the twist, turn your chin towards the right shoulder. Look away from the twist. Relax your jaw. Keep breathing. And now turn the chin to look into the twist. Look over your left shoulder. And on your next inhale, bring everything forward to neutral. Long sigh. Bring your right hand or right fingertips to the ground beside you, or if you're sitting in a chair, you can bring the fingertips to your chair seat. Bring the back of your left hand, bring your left palm to the back of your head. Drift the torso over towards the right. Now relax your shoulders, relax your face. Take a deep breath. And if you want to add just a little bit of an extra stretch, you might reach that left arm overhead. Maybe. And gently bring everything up to neutral, and we will switch. Left arm drifts down, hand to the mat or hand to the chair seat, palm of the right hand behind the head. Drift the torso over towards the left. Relax your right shoulder. Keep breathing. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you could possibly reach that right arm overhead. And Inhale, bring everything upright to neutral. Long exhale. Let's inhale, salutation with the arms. Exhale into cactus arms. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, wrap the arms around body hug. Brief counter pose. Relax the arms down. Inhale, salutation. Relax your face. Exhale, cactus arms. Make sure the elbows align with the shoulders, not dropping down. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades back, back, back. And exhale, wrap the arms around body hug. Release the arms down. Twice more. Inhale, the arms up, salutation. Exhale, cactus arms, slow. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And exhale, wrap the arms around body hug. Let the arms drift down. Inhale, salutation. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And exhale, wrap the arms around body hug. Release the arms down. Keep breathing. Good. Turn the chin over the right shoulder. One more quick rotation of the cervical spine, the neck. Turn the chin over the left shoulder. Relax your face. And bring the nose forward to neutral. Let's come up into a tabletop pose. So when you come into the tabletop pose, you may want to pad your knees out, or if the strong angle of the wrists is a little bit uncomfortable for you, remember that you can pad your wrists out. And the padding of the wrists means that you rest the heel of your wrists on the edge of a blanket and let your fingertips come down to the mat. And that reduces the angle on those wrist joints. If your arthritis happens to be acting up particularly bad, you can always take a blanket and curl the hands up into fists, pressing the knuckles down into the blanket, which will align those bones, reducing the angle completely, and that might be more comfortable for you. So you have to pick and choose which works for you on what day. So for my particular tabletop pose today, I think I'm going to pad my knees out and have my hands straight to the mat. Fingers are spread wide, so you get that lovely support and stability through those palms. Shoulders over wrists, hips above knees, spine is nice and long. And by that, I mean that the shoulders, which might try to drift up towards the ears, are drifting away from those ears. And you have lovely length from the crown of the head out through the tailbone. So let's investigate the balance. Depends on how active you've been, how well you're sleeping, how well you've been eating. All of these factors can impact our balance. So extend the right leg back, keep the right toes to the ground, and if you find doing so lifts your right hip up, bring the hips mostly level. We're not going to be too meticulous about it, but mostly level with those hips. Notice how that changes your balance. It might change your breath. It might add extra pressure into that right wrist. So you decide if you lift your right leg up, point those toes back, or do you keep your right toes to the ground? If you keep the right toes to the ground, then the second choice is, do you leave both hands to the ground, or do you extend your left arm forward? So you could keep your toes to the ground, but extend your left arm forward. Depends on what you need. Could be that you choose both. Right leg drifts back and left arm drifts forward. Maybe you have plants that get in the way too. Who knows? Relax your breath. Relax your jaw.
Take a deep breath. Long exhale. And bring that left hand down if it was elevated, followed by that right knee. And we switch. Extend the left leg back, left toes to the ground at first. Test your balance. Decide if you now push that left leg all the way back through the toes, extending. And maybe you keep the hands to the ground, or maybe you reach that right arm forward. So let's say on this side, I decide this side feels different, so I'm going to maintain both hands to the ground, but I'll extend my left leg back. Take a deep breath. First, the right hand comes down if it was elevated, followed by that left knee. Let's go into hovering puppy pose and stretch out the lower back. Curling the toes under. Walk the hands forward by 2 palm lengths. So we start to get some extension and opening in those shoulder joints. Palms remain where they are. Send those sit bones backward. And the sit bones drifting back will come nowhere near your heels. Your elbows will be off of the mat. And your ears will hopefully come into alignment with your upper arms. It depends on how your shoulders feel. But in this pose, remember, you can always bring your knees a little further apart if you need room for flesh. If your tummy gets in the way and pushes into your ribs. Now relax your shoulders. Relax your eyelids. Relax your jaw. And let your lower back stretch nice and long. Take a deep breath. So let's walk the hands back towards the knees, back towards the knees, back towards the knees. We'll come off the mat just briefly. Remember, these are short practices. Hands walk back towards the knees, push the ground away through the hands to lift the knees up, and we'll come into forward fold, Uttanasana. And your knees can be flexed as deep as you need them to be. Feet can come apart if that's comfortable for you, shoulder width or a little more than shoulder width. If you're trying to protect your back, if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, you can come into half Uttanasana. Keeping the spine parallel to the ground, knees flexed, and taking the load into the thighs rather than the lower back, hands resting on the thighs. So this is an option for you. Spine is long through the neck. Or you can let the torso drift down towards the ground. Knees can be flexed. We don't have to rush towards stretching the hamstring attachments. So whether you're in half forward fold or full forward fold, everybody lift your toes up. Relax your eyebrows and resettle the toes, small toe into large toe. Give the mat a bit of a squeeze with the toes and relax your toes. Take a deep breath. Let's do a miniature strengthening coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. So bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. Begin to bring the torso up into a 45-degree angle with a long spine. Try not to unfurl, long spine. Torso is in a 45-degree angle. Knees are deeply bent. Extend the arms out at shoulder height if you can. Take a deep inhale. Long exhale. Push the ground all the way away from with the feet rising up into mountain pose, Tadasana. Heavy feet, soft knees, heavy hands, soft shoulders. Take a deep breath. Now we're going to go back down into forward fold. Come back down into forward fold, flexing at the knees first, bringing the hands down towards the mat, and everyone walk the hands forward to come into downward dog just briefly. Downward dog, fingers down to the mat. Send those sit bones back. Your knees can be flexed if you are choosing to stretch your lower back, or your legs might be straight if you're choosing to focus on stretching the hamstrings. Ears align with the upper arms. You're not dropping the head further down or lifting it up. Soft shoulders, soft face. Take a deep breath. That's enough of that. Bring the knees down, 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 down. Come into tabletop pose. Come into a seated pose just briefly so we can then switch, pivot, and lie down on the mat. Hurrah! I told you these practices are brief. Semi-supine pose. Spine resting down to the ground. Knees bent, feet flat to the ground. Lovely neutral pose. So let's lubricate those hip sockets a little bit before we come into a final resting pose. So, soles of the feet to the long edges of the mat. Arms resting wherever you wish. If you want to use this as an opportunity to open up the shoulder sockets with no effort at all on your part, you could rest the arms to the ground behind the head. You could bring the fingers behind the head, interlacing the fingers, elbows drifting out, like you're resting in the sunshiny park beneath a tree with a cool breeze drifting over you. After a very big picnic. That's what my motivation is, food. So, soles of the feet resting on the long edges of the mat. Shoulder sockets could be open, but they certainly don't have to be. You can rest your arms down by your sides. It's just an option. What do you feel like today? Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, let the knees drift over towards the right, opening that right hip socket, closing the left. Small rotation in the spine. Inhale the knees up slowly. Relax your jaw. And exhale, the knees drift over towards the left. Inhaling, the knees drift up. Exhaling, let the knees drift over towards the right. Inhaling, the knees drift up. And exhale, let the knees drift over to the left. Inhale, the knees up. Long exhale. Let's bring the feet beside each other, the knees bent. Let the knees drift apart into cobbler pose, Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet press towards each other. Remember, if the heels are close to your hips, that's going to be a stronger external rotation in those hip sockets. You could always let the feet be further away, so it won't be quite as strong. Whatever's comfortable for you in your supine cobbler pose. And now we practice meticulous attention to detail. So staying in this pose, relax your thighs, relax your hips, relax your buttocks and your lower back, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your eyelids. Let's stay here for 3 slow breaths. on your next inhale, slowly bring the knees upright. And if you find there's a space between your lower back and the mat, you can leave your hips where they are, but lift your middle spine up, draw it away from the hips. Lift your shoulder blades, the back of your head, and draw a little more length along the spine. Now, bit of a brief counter pose. Bring the left knee towards the chest, half Apanasana. Lots of options. You could squeeze the knee close. You bring the hands behind the knee to draw the knee close. You could simply let the knee hover. Whatever you need. Let's rotate that left ankle. Slowly, crickety crack, go the joints. Rotate in the opposite direction. Pause that rotation, place the left foot to the ground. Bring the right knee towards the chest. Same thing, you can squeeze it close, you could let it hover. Rotate that right ankle around. And rotate it in the opposite direction. Pause that rotation, draw both knees towards the chest, full Apanasana. Wherever your arms are, let's have everyone bring the hands to the tips of the knees. Relax your shoulders, relax your eyelids. On an inhale, keep the fingertips resting lightly on the knees. Let the knees drift away, inhaling. Exhaling, draw the knees towards the chest. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, knees drift away. Exhaling, knees to the chest. Last time, inhale, knees drift away. Exhaling, knees towards the chest. Now let's continue breathing and rock very slightly from left to right. Very subtle way to massage the lower back slightly. Pause that slow rocking motion. Place the feet towards the ground, back into semi-supine pose. We'll come into a resting pose, so you can certainly come down in just plain old Shavasana. Legs and arms extended. Are there arms above the head or arms resting outwards by your sides? Or if you're lucky, you have a bolster or a cushion, pillow, anything available, as I do. You can bring that perhaps beneath your knees as a way to give your lower back a little bit of extra support. Or if you'd like a miniature legs up the wall, Viparita Karani, you could potentially place that bolster cushion beneath your ankles. Somewhere. Move all my props. Possibly that cushion beneath your ankles to elevate the legs, especially if you've got busy days and you're walking, doing all kinds of lovely summer adventures. You might want to give your ankles and your feet a little bit of a break, so elevating those legs might be nice. So in your resting pose, become aware of your left foot and your right foot. Both feet together. Become aware of your left knee and your right knee. Both knees together. Become aware of your left hip and your right hip. Both hips together. Become aware of your left shoulder and your right shoulder. Both shoulders together. Become aware of your left elbow, your right elbow. both elbows together. Become aware of your left hand and your right hand, both hands together. Become aware of your left ear and your right ear, both ears together. Become aware of your left eye and your right eye, both eyes together. Become aware of the whole left side of the body and the whole right side of the body. The entire body resting. Let your jaw relax. Now begin to become aware of the soles of your feet. And begin to become aware of the palms of your hands. Begin to become aware of the soft hollow of your throat. Take a deep breath. In your own way, taking your time, slowly roll towards one side. And be willing to pause there for a moment or two. Let the bones settle and the flesh be soft. And then slowly pressing the palm of your hand into the ground, push the torso up nice and slow and mindfully. Let your shoulders be relaxed, your head, your neck. Come into a brief seated pose. Soft shoulders, soft face, bringing the palms of your hands over closed eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, Relax your shoulders. Inhale, opening the eyes inside the darkness. And exhale, bringing the hands down into a cup, offering your best self into the day. So thank you so much. Don't forget to check out the other videos. Don't forget to keep an eye on the website as we update it slowly in this new sanctuary space, which I'm so excited about. So I'll see you again soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.